have issues now. I'm trying to find one that will fit this thing that actually works so that I can charge up my phone. Fun, right? Anyway, this is about my dad. So let's get to it. My dad's been fucking with my head for over a goddamn week. Well, I was up there in Washington State in 2019. My dad thought it was okay to be abusive. He thought it was okay to yell at me every time I opened my mouth. No matter what, nothing I have to say matters. Only what Brian Schwartz cares about matters. That's the way that it's always been. Brian's way, Brian's way, Brian's way. He doesn't give a fuck whose life he fucking ruins. Not even a fucking little bit. He didn't give a shit about me starting when I left his house at 15. What the hell kind of a father thinks that forcing a 15-year-old to make porn sites, who thinks that's an okay thing to do? Who in their right fucking mind think that's okay? Nobody in their right fucking mind thinks that's okay. Now, with my dad fucking with me for a whole week, first he wants to send me bribe money. But then he says, oh, it's not bribe money. It's not bribe money. Doesn't matter if bribe money or not. It's not there. How am I going to trust you? How am I going to trust you? Huh? You fucked a goddamn week of my time. I had shit that I needed to do to try to get myself into a safe situation. But here I am wasting my time with this fucking piece of shit who to this day won't listen to a goddamn word I have to say. How's he going to help when he's too busy being a fucking predator? Meanwhile, he said he was going to call me. I sent him my number. He showed he's a bitch. Yeah, sure you're going to fucking call, you piece of shit. Still waiting on it, Brian Schwartz. How the fuck are you going to help me when you're too busy hiding your own crimes and hiding like a fucking cockroach? You won't even talk to me like a man, you fucking pussy. One thing I want you to notice about the insults that I've been slinging at my dad, I learned them all from him. Those of you who ask, why would Brian Schwartz still try contacting Sean Schwartz after all that? Because he knows where the fuck I got it from. He knows where I fucking learned it. He's got a choice. He can talk to me like I'm a human being and listen to what I have to say, or he can continue to be predatory. What he is showing is that he is only capable of being a predator. That is all my dad knows how to do. Brian gets what Brian wants. And that's how it is. If he's got to play head games and fucking political maneuvering, shit, he's Nebraska. He knows how to do that. You can't be a Nebraskan and not how to play local politics. It's not fucking possible. A 5-year-old in Nebraska knows local politics. Anyway, someone named Jillian Murray typed, Sean, I've been thinking about you and hoping you were feeling better. Don't worry about other people. Just go. Fuck that, Jillian Murray. Do not type that shit. Find out what the fuck is going on. Sure, those are pretty words, but they do not fucking apply to my situation. That is the wrong fucking thing to tell a victim. That is the meanest, cruelest thing you can say to a victim. Telling them to let their predators go. Sorry, disconnected. I know that I matter, but nobody treats me like I matter. They blow smoke up my ass. I need actual help. I need someone to actually care. There's a young man who's going to come up and help me this morning. He's even got my phone number. He's offered several times to help me here. He's also trying to get off the streets by selling methamphetamines. He's got his girlfriend out here and a kid on the way. He said he'd help me today. He had said he'd help me at least 4 other times, and he didn't. And people always want to say that shit. I need actual help. I need people to listen to what's going on and actually help, not type dismissive shit that they think is supposed to make it better. That's the problem with social cues. No, social cues are bullshit. When someone asks how you're doing, if you're not doing okay, you shouldn't have to say, I'm okay. That's a social expectation. No, that's a fucking lie is what it is. All social expectations are lies. Grandma dies and you say, I'm sorry. You know, that doesn't help. It doesn't. But that's a far different situation than someone being accused of all this shit they didn't fucking do. There's zero fucking evidence of it, but I'm still being victimized to this day. I need to do something about it. I need to do something about it. I've been trying. I can't do it alone. I need people to look at the evidence and I need them to speak up, but I send people the evidence and they're fucking lazy. Oh yeah, Sean, I want to help. I want to help. Send me the evidence. I'll help. And I spend all that time sending them what I can, trying to find a place just to do that. And they don't care. They don't bother looking at it. My dad, when I needed his help, he fucking ignores me. He continues to ignore me. This will only be done how Brian Schwartz wants it, because Brian Schwartz gets what Brian wants. And if Brian doesn't get what Brian wants, Brian turns into a petulant fucking child. Now, let me tell you how many times my dad smacked me around to get me to make porno. He didn't. He never smacked me around to get me to make porno for him. He never required me to commit any sexual acts at any point in time. He didn't require me to suck a dick. He didn't require me to take a cock up my ass. What he did require was that I learned how to make HTML so I could hook his 900 porno lines up to a porno site. That's what he wanted. He won't admit to that simple shit. How the fuck is he gonna help me when he's too busy hiding his own bullshit? So, of course, maybe he should take a look at the videos that I've been making. I don't mind being honest. I don't mind telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, but I'm the only one. I'm the only one through all of this who admitted to their fuck-ups. My dad doesn't want to look at evidence. He wants to fucking argue. He wants to get his way. His way, his way. Well, maybe instead of focusing on fucking around with me and fucking around with finances, maybe he should, I don't know, call me and find out. Maybe he should call me to fucking listen. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get nice shot or mean shot. Well, that depends on your fucking approach. You want to approach me to do something fucking immoral? Yeah, things are not going to go well for you, Brian Schwartz. You want me to hide your crimes and hide your sins? Things are not going to go well for you, Brian Schwartz. You want to fuck around with me about this money? What the fuck is this money going to do me any good? It doesn't come anywhere close to what you fucking ripped me off of. Look what I live in, Brian Schwartz. Jillian Murray types, you have been the victim of such injustice, and I hate that for you. I'm sorry if I'm just making things worse. It's not my intention. Instead of blowing smoke up my ass, do something about it, Jillian. Don't type at the fucking peanut gallery. If you hate it, speak out. Speak out. Don't tell me you're sorry. Speak out. Make a difference. The last thing that somebody needs when they're trying to turn in crimes against them is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, that doesn't help. That's as fucked up as saying, I'll pray for you. Well, Jillian Murray, the first thing that anybody can do to help is, instead of telling me how wrong it is, tell the public how wrong it is. Tell these websites how wrong it is. Write a fucking letter to the government or governor or your local senator. Write about what's happening. If you're in another country, then share the information. Share it. Share it with other people. Make sure that if you take a look at Natalie Bollinger's name, you look it up on the internet, you can see literally hundreds of videos that I am slandered in. Hundreds of them. But none of these people who claim that they would help me, have any of them tried making one of these? Have any of them tried looking at the evidence and posting up the truth about the situation? Has anyone made any effort to do that at all? Even once through all of this? No, not even once. Just me. And all I'm hearing is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You know what? You can be as sorry as you want. A lot of people are sorry. A lot of people type that they're sorry, but that hurts, because when they say I'm sorry, it lets me know they're not going to actually try anything. You can get a hold of me. You can look at the evidence and you can share the evidence. You can speak up about how wrong this is, about how the term mentally ill is not a diagnosis, but it's used to discredit and destroy and murder me and my people. A lot of Europeans are under this impression that even the poorest of our country are rich by comparison, that the poorest of our country have access to all the things that, well, realistic, we don't have access to. My dad wants to send me on to somebody else. No, that doesn't work. The government tells me I got to go to my parents. My parents tell me I got to go to the government. Neither one of them are doing anything good. Neither one of them did anything good for me growing up either. My mom and dad were too busy with their cocaine. And in the system, they're too busy drugging you and fucking raping you. But you guys don't want to hear that. You don't want to share that. You just want to come on here for entertainment. I didn't make this channel for entertainment. I made this channel to get help for the victims, including myself. I made this channel to show the truth of what we go through, what we endure. Not to argue with people who are clueless. But that's what it ends up being most of the time. A bunch of trolls getting on here. Once in a while, there's somebody who's friendly who gets on here and tells me they're sorry and I just need to focus on myself. I am focusing on myself. Look at the fucking hell that I live in. I am trying to find a safe fucking environment where I am not victimized so that I can turn in my predators. Meanwhile, until I can turn in my predators, I can't get a fucking safe environment because those predators took everything from me and nobody cares. They just want to tell me they're sorry. Well, I'm sorry doesn't fucking work on me. Actual action. Actually doing something. Telling the peanut gallery that you're sorry doesn't help. It doesn't help. You go through evidence, and you could listen to it, and you can speak up about what you heard. Explain that I'm telling the truth. Explain that I'm still going through this, and I have been through this since 2016. People want to say, oh, Sean, you know they found her killer. Yeah, I found out that they found her killer a full day before anybody else. Well, anybody else except the ones I announced it to. People to this day threaten, harass, and intimidate me because they can get away with it. To this day, I am having issues that I need to take care of now. Not just wait around for some piece of shit to fucking waste my time for a goddamn week until the fucking people here decide that it's okay for them to fucking victimize me again. No, fuck you, Brian Schwartz. You fucking piece of shit. You couldn't even call and fucking listen, you fucking coward. You're a fucking piece of shit, Brian Schwartz. And you need to stop fucking harassing me, you fucking piece of shit. You did everything that you could to fuck me over, Brian Schwartz. Every goddamn thing that you could. And when I needed your help, you fucking screamed at me for trying to get help. You called me a pussy. You fucking made fun of me for fucking crying over the way that you were fucking treating me. Oh yeah! Thank you, Dad, for bullying me, for trying to get help! Fucking swell of you. And then you want to play victim afterwards, you fucking coward. Jillian Murray types, I just hate that the world and the people who are supposed to protect you had failed so miserably. I will do all I can to help you, I promise. You need to be heard, and I hear you. You know, me and Natalie were friends. Exactly that right there, Jillian Murray. That needed to be applied to Natalie Bollinger. I hate that the world and the people who are supposed to help her failed her so miserably. I did all I could to help her. I kept my promises, I kept my word. I heard her, but nobody heard me. I'm mad at a lot of people because they promised they'd help, and then their help was, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Drives me fucking nuts. I need help in person. Telling me to travel from one place to another. Are you going to monitor what happens at those places? Are you going to make sure those people keep their words? I am an at-risk adult. When these people offer me goods or services that they do not provide, it fucks me over. A lot of people are pissed off because I recorded them. Well, they shouldn't have fucked me over. They shouldn't have lied to me. They shouldn't have misrepresented the situation. They should have actually helped how they promised. People make lots of promises. They make lots of promises. I'd rather people didn't make promises. If you don't promise, you can't break your promise. If you say you're going to do something and you don't keep your word, I don't even know how to explain any of this. I'm just exhausted. I gotta go find Jacob because he was going to help me today, and maybe he will, maybe he won't. I know the last 4 times he was gonna, he didn't. Said that he would, but didn't. Or showed up afterwards and had something to do. Or, of course, he wanted my Ron Weasley wand, so I gave it to him. He had to have it. If he didn't have it, you know, he had to have it. I explained to him, dude, those things aren't cheap. That cost me $15 to get that. And you know what? It's probably an expense that I shouldn't have made, but at the same time, it's an expense that makes me feel better, and it's an expense that makes others feel better. That's because I pull out my wand from time to time, and I go, Hakuna Matata. And I point it at them, and they smile. They just can't help it. I try to bring joy everywhere that I go, but you know what? There ain't a lot of joy out here on the streets. There's a bunch of people who are paranoid of each other. A bunch of people who run around stealing from each other. A bunch of people who run around starting drama when they don't get what they want. My dad, he can't even pretend like he's interested in helping me if he's not willing to listen. If he can't call and listen. He expects me to listen. I'm expected to do what Brian wants when Brian wants it. Let's see if we can get this charger to work since the other one won't. Maybe this one will work. Yep. Thank goodness. In order for my dad to... he can't gain my trust. He just spent a whole week showing me I can't trust him. He just spent a whole week fucking around with me over... He wants to pay me for something. Keeps changing his mind about what that something is, but whatever. He's allowed, right? It's America. He's allowed to lie to me. He's allowed to play fucking head games. It's America. It's legal to do this to people who are disabled, ain't it? I needed my dad's help stopping abuse, and all he would do is fucking yell at me. Like, how the fuck is that gonna help me? So I didn't spend my time with my dad. I spent my time out in that fucking Jeep, or I spent it over at Dana's boyfriend's house. Or I went for walks by myself. Anything to get the fuck away from my dad and his abuse. Even if he wasn't being verbally abusive, he was being a dick because he insisted that I do what he wants to do. That I take part in the things that he enjoys, while he ignores the abuse. No amount of fucking bullshit out of my dad is going to make that fucking okay. He doesn't get to buy his sins out. I'm not Catholic. He wants to buy his sins out. He's going to have to go to the Catholic Church and give them his money. I did choose my family. My friends were my family. When Natalie died, they all abandoned me. They gave me empty promises and fake words, claimed that they were gonna, but just like my dad, they never did. And then, of course, when they were targeted, they want to pretend like it was like I chose for these internet wingnuts to do this. And I beg these people, come forward. You are only showing that I'm telling the truth. What, these people would harass you, but they wouldn't harass me? They'll harass you for helping me, despite the fact that I'm the one that they fucking targeted. I'm the one that they accused of this fucking horrible shit. People say, oh yeah, Sean, I'll speak out, but they never do. They say they're gonna, and then they say, oh, I haven't had time, or I got my own problems. Yeah, we all have our own problems. When you had your own problems and you needed my help, you asked for my help and you got my fucking help. When you say, hey, Sean, if you ever need anything, let me know. When I needed something, I fucking let you know. And how was I treated? How am I still treated to this day by those people? Like I'm a horrible person for telling the truth. I get that they're fucking embarrassed. I get it. I get that I am a lucky son of a bitch because I'm autistic and I don't get embarrassed. It is not possible to embarrass me. It is impossible. It is one emotion I do not have. I do not have that particular emotion. For me to get embarrassed, I would have to be somebody else. Oh, I can be ashamed. I've been ashamed before. But again, I don't get embarrassed. My dad gets embarrassed. Natalie Bollinger got embarrassed. All these people, after doing fucked up shit, wanted to be embarrassed and didn't want to fess up to their shit. And then they want to tell me, Sean, you need to fess up to your shit. I fucking did. I fucking did. I'm not going to treat my dad like a human being. He doesn't treat me like a human being. If he wants to talk to me like I'm a human being, well, maybe we can work together. But that hasn't happened. That's not what he's been interested in. That's not what he has shown interest in. What he's shown an interest in is fucking around. Pretending. Oh yeah, sure, he was gonna call me, but then he didn't. He wants to make it all about him. It doesn't matter about me. He's not gonna listen to me. All he cares about is his name taken down off the internet. No, Brian Schwartz, you're not getting that. You're not. You can either man up or you can fuck off. I'm not taking shit down, Brian Schwartz. You should have looked at the evidence instead of being a fucking coward. What the hell is this? Piece of paper of some sort. Providence Hood River Memorial Hospital. Yay! Everyone should have the right to turn in their predators. I've never had that right. Everyone should have the right to face their accusers in court. I've never had that right. Everyone should have the right to show evidence. I've never had that right. And nobody should be forced to threaten their predators back just because the cops want to look the other way or say it's not their job or wrong jurisdiction, but jurisdiction did not matter the other way, did it? When it came to trying to frame me for crimes I didn't commit, they could use any fucking jurisdiction they want, can't they? But my dad doesn't give a shit. My dad only cares about one person, and that is my dad. He cares only about one thing, and that is profit. My dad's a goddamn Ferengi. Obviously, figuratively, and not literally. For those of you nut jobs who are going to try to twist everything that I say into a threat against people's lives, don't be such a fucking idiot. This is entertainment for you guys, but it's not what I created it for. I created it so that I could show the truth. Because I'm not allowed in a court of law. I'm not allowed to stand up to my accusers. No homeless person is, especially if they're a homeless male. 80% of the United States is considered mentally ill. 80%, sorry, 81%. So we've got all these people trying to get the guns away from all of the mentally ill people. You know, if you are raped and you have PTSD from being raped, and even worse from the way that the courts treat you, and your predator is still free, and your predator obviously doesn't care about the law, he's willing to forcibly rape you, he's obviously not going to care about the gun laws either. But you, having PTSD and having to be afraid of this predator who is still walking free, you need to have a firearm. He's not going to give two shits. He'll rape you and kill you next time. Unless you've got our good friend Samuel Colt nearby. It don't matter if your opponent is 80 pounds or 800 pounds. Samuel Colt makes you equal. Jillian Murray typed, "It's not entertainment, this is your life, and it sucks that you have been failed over and over and over again and still being failed today." I agree. I'm in a situation where, yeah, my life is at risk, and it was made further risk by my dad. He's done this repeatedly in my life. He didn't want to get in trouble for beating me up. So he had me sent to a fucking nuthatch. The cops gave me a choice, either stay with my predator or get locked up. Well, I already knew it was in the lockup, but I was bigger by that point. People couldn't sexually assault me anymore after I turned 13. I was too mean. You put your nasty cock beaters on me, it was going to hurt a lot. You were going to bleed, and it was going to happen. That's what my youth was. Then again, being abused by people in the system, it hurts a lot less than being beaten on by your own father. And told that you wanted it, needed it, chose it, or deserved it. It's your fault that Dad did that. It's your fault. It's always your fault. Dad didn't do it, you made him do it. You made him. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean, but you made me. No, the fuck I didn't. You wanted to fucking beat me over getting beaten up at school? No, the fuck you didn't have to do that. You didn't get what you wanted. You shouldn't have done such fucked up things, especially knowing your sins. Knowing the sins that you committed against me. But you know what? My dad's likely to pretend that I only made this up because he wouldn't do what I wanted. Oh, no. I've been speaking out about what my dad did with those porno sites since at least 2012 on Facebook. That's because I didn't get a Facebook until 2012. I'm having problems finding all the stuff you need to plug in. Here's one. Fuck it, close enough. Anyway, it's good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Stay away from 4845 East D Street, Tacoma, Washington. If you get a phone number from 253-476-9601 or 253-476-9602, the man's name is Brian Schwartz and he's a scammer. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.